Oh yeah, I should probably get to making a new video since my little hiatus is up. Let me check what's going on. Fuck. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dr. Doujinshi, and welcome back to another episode of Hentai Reviews, the only series on YouTube where we can take a 3-day break and then surprise a new episode of a series I've already covered has decided to drop. 3 of them in particular, all at the same time. 𝐻𝑒𝓃𝓉𝒶𝒾, I didn't like you when I first watched you, but now you have a sequel, so I'm bound by a tradition. Oh, and also, redo of a healer, episode 5, coming out in a little bit. I just need to prepare. So, today we're going to be doing something that I've done before. We're going to be taking a recommendation from another viewer, even though there is a second episode to this that I will get to in a bit. Today we are going to be talking about Lover-in-Law. Oh, and by the way, my last video was my 50 sub special. If you want to watch it, it's still there. I still think it's great. Hey, also, in between that and the 5 days I took off, we went up by 4 subs, and hello to every new person that's here. You are the shit, and I love you. So, let's go ahead and move on to see if I can make a few extra people happy now. Today we're going to be covering the series Lover-in-Law, Episode 1, done by our friends over at Discovery, running at 23 minutes and 24 seconds long, with a total of 9 categories, notable of which are MILF, Plot, and Harem. Now, isn't that just the first recipe to a great breakfast? Starting out, the main character wakes up to a towel-draped woman trying to get him out of bed to help out with her shop while he hides the little plant that grows in your pants, that morning wood. It then cuts over to a guitar-based opening, which is appreciated. My little rock and roll soul is happy to see. He then comes down the stairs to see her at breakfast while we find out that she is his sister-in-law. Which is, yeah, that's exactly what you'd think. It has that special Alabama tag, even though it doesn't really deserve it. Listen, the Alabama tag is used for things that are very much closer than that. Not when they're not blood related. This is at least safe in my book. After we finding out that she's his sister-in-law, his brother is away. His brother who was married to her is away for a period of time. And she just had a kid, and there's a new person coming to work at the flower shop that they currently own. That's why she was waking him up, because he's an employee there. And after they discuss that, she heads out, leaving him alone as he meets the new employee. They chat and get ready for the owner's husband, his brother, to come back, which he doesn't, which leads to a scene of him walking over to his sister-in-law, and she's drunk, because she's pissed, because that's exactly what you do. Oh, you're coming back? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't come back. Oh, fuck you then. That's exactly how it goes. They get pretty close in a very intimate way, in which case it leads to scene number 1, running from 8 minutes and 25 seconds to 11 minutes and 20 seconds. Overall, a little shorter than 3 minutes, so it's sizable at best. It then cuts over to the first and last trope. I call it the first and last trope. It's the thing where they're like, we're never doing that again. It's the first and last time. Yeah. If I had a CinemaSins bell, I'd be ringing it. It then goes into a weird work environment where the new girl confronts the boss about it by saying, hey, is something going on between you two that you just don't want to talk about? That's about how you think. The boss goes to see him, his sister-in-law, goes to see him, but stays away to... Like I said, I think I've said this before in more of my reviews, but I have shit handwriting, and sometimes I can't even read it. She goes to see him, but stays away. But the character stays away and kind of runs off in a hurry, which doesn't really last for too long. They meet up together immediately again, leading to scene 2-ish. There's a lot of foreplay in this one, so I'm not sure. Alright, running from 13 minutes and 55 seconds to 14 minutes and 50 seconds, in which case she gets herself... Oh wait, no. It was she tries to, like, talk to him, but then just decides to get herself going. So I'm not sure if that really counts, because it's a lot of censored stuff. Which is where it leads from the 13 minutes and 55 seconds to 14 minutes and 50 seconds. Barely even a minute long. She gets herself off and gets a call from her husband, the main character's brother. In which case, the main character seizes the weird opportunity. You know that one where it's like, we have to be secretive, and the other guy's like, but I'm horny, and she's like, alright, I'll just keep my voice down. That sort of thing. Running through scene 3 from 15 minutes and 30 seconds to 19 minutes and 10 seconds. We're closing out on the end game, so I might as well flip the page. By the way, this notebook that I've been taking all my scripts down in is now almost full, and I'm pretty proud of that. The next morning, they use the whole, you know that trope where there's like, I'm gonna sneak a vibrator inside your panties and I'm gonna set it off every once in a while, even though we're in a public place. Trope. I'm just gonna say what it is and then say trope, and then just imagine the CinemaSins bell is playing in the background. And while they're at work, they use that same vibrator in the panties while nobody knows. It then leads into scene 4-ish, which kind of sets it up for the whole, like, public masturbation thing. From 21 minutes and 25 seconds to 22 minutes, in which case the new girl catches them in what they're doing, and then it fades to black. Now, as long as I should not have closed that, I wrote down my review. God, this is something a guy with 54 subs would do. Just perfect etiquette. So, as long as we're here, let's go ahead and cut to that transition scene. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Thank you very much. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the animation. The animation is not bad, but overall, it's pretty mid. Like, there's not much to it that's special, but it is slightly above medium. We're gonna get about 6 out of 10. The characters, they're pretty standard overall, with little bits thrown in to kind of spice up their relationship. They're not horrible, they're just archetypal. Like, there's not really much thrown into them. There's the girl who wants to be faithful, but then realizes husband's a dick for leaving all the time. And then there's the guy who's like, oh, this would be weird, but then he's like, but pee-pee hard, exactly what you'd think. The most interesting character is probably the one that you haven't seen naked yet. Yeah, so I'd say that's a 6 out of 10 as well. Now, what we're all really here for, the plot. There's not a lot. Like, 2 of these scenes are less than a minute long, and I wouldn't really count them if I didn't really have to, but they were enough to warrant themselves as scenes. I just put question marks next to the numbering to it. And the rest of them, for how short they are pretty good. There is a little bit of an intrigue when it comes to the story that's going on. So it would understand why the sex scenes wouldn't be the biggest point of it. But they're not bad. Like, they're decent. They're definitely decent. The plot itself, that's a solid 7 out of 10. Like I said, it's hard to find a bad plot scene in these sorts of things, but we haven't gotten to the bad stuff yet. So, overall, 7 out of 10. Now, the overall plot, 7 out of 10. Overall, not bad. It's not great, but it's definitely not bad. I'm going to go ahead and average this out to a 6 out of 10. Like I said, it's a good series. It's starting out pretty decent. Like, it has room for growth, but it also has room for failure. And when I say room for failure, I say add in to where somebody is having something forced upon them, and then make Queen Bee animated. Congratulations, you done ruined it. So, let's go ahead and end it there. I'd like to say thank you, everybody, for being patient with me and giving me a few extra days off. I don't want to get burnout, so I'll take a few days off here, a few days off there. It's definitely not going to be like every week I'll just be like, you know what, next week I don't want to do anything. But for the time that I do want to take off, I thank you for not only sticking around, but growing in the time that it took for me to do this. So, thank you guys for everything. Thank you for being here. And until next time, I have been the Doctor. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Don't be a dick. There's too many of them. And wash your fucking hands. Like I said, I've been the Doctor. I'll see you guys later. Peace.